So now I'm going to hand over to Paul Brown from Kangaroo Island Wilderness Tours. There he is.
Hi, Paul.
Hi, everybody. Sorry about the photo. Can't do anything about that. Thanks, everybody, for joining in. I just want to talk a little bit about Kangaroo Island and what we do over there. Our clients describe what we do as a world-class eco experience. The clients come to us from all over the world. Sue's touched on it, talked about it being the Galapagos of the South, and it really is about nature and wildlife. Don't pretend to have anything else. What we really specialise in is our natural features, and what we do, particularly at Kangaroo Island Wilderness Tours, is very personalised and at the luxury end of the market. We only use Land Rover Discovery, so we don't own any 12-seater vehicles. We just use these vehicles, most awarded four-wheel drive ever. They're very comfortable, and we're getting great client feedback. We can fit 6 people in these cars very comfortably, and even the back row of seats is a full-size adult seat. We don't use microphones in the cars. We don't have to because these cars are very quiet. We keep them that way because we change them every 2.5 years. We think the microphone takes away from the experience of what we're trying to create. And what we do successfully is create a situation where people don't feel like they're tourists. They feel like they're just going to drive around Kangaroo Island with one of their new friends. And this is the best part about our company, our tour drivers. Most of them were born on Kangaroo Island. The others have lived there for over 25 years. That's actually something that we insist on. We don't employ anybody that hasn't been on Kangaroo Island for more than 25 years. 2 reasons for that. They've been there for over 25 years. We know they're passionate about the place. They love living there and they love showing it off. Also, these guys have a special knowledge about Kangaroo Island, the sort of knowledge that you can't get out of a book. Certainly they're fully trained, fully accredited. We have our own in-house training program. These guys have got something a bit special because in most cases they've spent all of their lives living on Kangaroo Island. Said it's all about nature and wildlife, and these photos were actually taken by our clients. So it's actually what you get to see when you're out in the field. And wonderful spots like Grassdale, where there's restricted access, and we're able to take our clients in to see the kangaroos at Grassdale. And you can see by that picture of the little boy how close you can get to them in the wild. Are remarkable rocks, no other way of describing them. They are truly remarkable, and one of the great things about Kangaroo Island is you're still able to have access to these areas without them being roped off. Wonderful photo opportunities in a spectacular location. And the Arch, probably my favourite spot on Kangaroo Island. It's very dramatic, it's always changing. Spectacular formation, but the real bonus is that you get New Zealand first who was in there, and they're always playing and diving in and out of the water. Food is a really important part of what we do, and lunch is provided on tour, a 2-course meal, accompanied by local Kangaroo Island wines, very good quality wines on the island now. It's a privilege to be able to serve them. 17 different wine labels, 27 vineyards. Kangaroo Island's actually a gazetted wine region. One of the bonuses about having lunch in a Flinders Chase is quite often we'll have a local kangaroo come and join us. It's actually a wild kangaroo. This is our experience at Seal Bay. Because we're a small group and our drivers are all accredited, we're able to have access to the beach whenever we want to. So we're not waiting for a set time, and we're not going down with a group of 30 or 40 people. We just go and find our own spot on the beach, and quite often we'll end up sitting on the beach and spending maybe up to an hour or even an hour and a half just watching the seals interact. So it's not a rushed experience, very relaxed. Doing lots of personalised touring now. Over 20% of our business is personalised touring, and it may be a special interest tour like bird watching or bushwalking, but other people might just want to be on their own and have a really flexible itinerary. Lots of accommodation options on Kangaroo Island, right from economy through to luxury and up to Southern Ocean Lodge, which is obviously a marked property and a standout property. This is our own property, Seascape Lodge on Emu Bay. You can see it has beautiful views down over Emu Bay, which is a white sandy beach of about 5.5 kilometres. Seascape was actually built as luxury accommodation, and so every room in the house has the same view down over Emu Bay. Quite stylish, quite contemporary. This is the experience for dinner. You can see in that photo myself and my wife joining the guests for the dinner. That's a really fun bit for us. We get to meet some really interesting people. I've been on the island for over 40 years. Mandy's been there over 30, and So we're able to talk about our life experience on Kangaroo Island as well. So you get the theme of it's really a local experience, chance to get to meet locals during the day and at night, really getting under the skin of Kangaroo Island. I'm very fortunate, Mandy's a great cook and always has been. We serve a 3-course dinner, once again accompanied by local Kangaroo Island wine. Everything is included in the package of Seascape Lodge. So whether it's drinks out of the minibar, the wine over dinner, all of the meals are included in that package. Large guest rooms, that one measures about 6 by 5 metres, once again with the same views down over Emu Bay. A reminder of what we think is special about our company and the difference between us and the other companies operating. For local insight, because our drivers have lived on the island most of their lives, if not all of their lives, they really can tell that whole story about Kangaroo Island. We know we've got the most luxurious vehicles. We're the only ones using the Land Rover Discovery, and the client feedback, as I said, has been outstanding. Very personalised, because you know it's going to be a maximum of 6 people in your group, so we really can be attentive to your client. Have a very relaxed tour. Seascape Lodge is only available through Kangaroo Island Wilderness Tours. So to stay there, you need to do a minimum of 1 day's touring with Wilderness Tour. The alternative, of course, is if you want to book a Wilderness Tour, then we can arrange accommodation in any of the other accommodation properties on Kangaroo Island. And so that's our contact details, and I'd love to hear from you.
Thanks so much, Paul. And just a reminder to everyone that we're going to be sending these presentations through for you to download, or you send it later on in the week. As always, if you've got any questions for Paul, please type them in now. Paul, I've got a quick one. You talked about some of the special interests with the bird watching. Are there any other special interest groups that you've had lately from the US market specifically?
Yeah, certainly there's getting more and more inquiry about nature and adventure touring, and that would include bushwalking, bird watching, that sort of things. And one of our driver guides is the leading authority on birds on Kangaroo Island. A lot of our drivers are dedicated bushwalkers. There's a bushwalking club on Kangaroo Island, and I think 3 or 4 of our drivers are members of that club and leaders of that club. The ancient hippie we saw before with his dreadlocks is one of our drivers, and his passion is bushwalking, and he's certainly conducting bushwalking tours for us as well.
Yeah, it's a fabulous part of the island. A lot of people think you've only got the wilderness offerings, but it's got amazing food and wine, as a lot of you know, and also a really cool historic element as well. So there's plenty of special interest touring on the island. I've finally got a question for everyone. Everyone's been pretty quiet today. Let's have a look at the first one. Okay, this one. Bird watching. Sorry, Paul. It's what's the best season for bird watching, in your opinion?
Yeah, the bird life is active all year round. I guess the spring they're more active, and Chris knows where to go and what place to go and see the birds. So you can do it all year round, but probably our spring is probably the best time.
It'll be September, October.
September, October.
Yeah, and keep in mind there's a variety of different birds. From some endemic, so the glossy black cockatoo, which is only found on Kangaroo Island, and then you've also got some birds that migrate there through certain times of the year from as far as Siberia, which are the sandpipers. So there's quite a variety of different birds that move throughout the island, and some that are, as I suggested, endemic.
263 species of birds on Kangaroo Island. I know there's 263 species because one of our drivers actually discovered a new species. There used to be 262.
And that's about 1/3 of the bird count for Australia, isn't it, Paul? I think I heard. Yeah, which is quite amazing. Including the white-bellied sea eagle on your logo.
Yeah, exactly.
All right, thanks very much, Paul. We'll come back to any questions a bit later. But now we're going to move on to Ralph Hasek from Life as a Cabernet. How are you, Ralph?
Morning, everybody. How are you, John? How are you, team?
Good, mate.